a bit of a problem, but I don't know. I think we'll see some good stuff.
Now they've got, 10 minutes to get it all onto a plate, and it's going to be interesting to see whose looks as close to yours as possible.
Even though time's up and I've finished this amazing recipe, there's still the assembling of the dish. I want to make sure that I get this plating up perfect, especially because I only have one sphere to work with. And I'm so relieved that I remembered to get it out of the blast chiller. Using the nitrogen, I turn my yogurt lime foam into rocks. It adds such a depth of flavour to the dish, and without it, the dish isn't the same. I have never plated up a dish that looks so nice. I think it does look pretty similar to Reynolds, so I'm so happy. I have such a big food dream that wouldn't be achievable without MasterChef, and I don't want to go home too early.
Nice.
Oh, you know what? This has been such a pleasure watching you cook today. You came in with this amazingly joyous attitude. I would suggest that your joy knows no bounds putting that down on the table. Is that right?
It feels so crazy. I can't believe I got it all on the plate. I feel so proud of myself. I think today was a big wake-up call for me as well. It really showed me how much I can actually achieve.
So, Reynold, is this like looking in a mirror?
Yeah, the sphere is absolutely spot on. It's gorgeous.
To hear that is huge, especially from Reynold. I remember last season watching you on the TV, just like, oh my gosh, all I want to do is eat your dessert. So to be able to cook one of your recipes was,
Thank you.
yeah,
Brilliant.
a good moment.
It's good to see you smiling, yeah?
Thanks
But now,
so much.
it's time for us to taste.
Thank you so much.
Wow, guys. I mean, come on. This is incredible.
That really is, if you think about it, a dessert you expect to see at the end of the competition.
I never thought any of them were going to get up this sphere, honestly. Can I cut it?
Yeah, because this is the bit, isn't it? Whether or not that caramel will be soft and oozy. Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, it's good.
Looks good. Oh,
There it is.
okay.
Oozy it is. Colour?
Colour, it's pale. The mousse is really smooth. It's perfect. And the coating as well. It's nice and thin. Sponge, it's nicely aerated.
Yeah. For me, the highlight's that mousse.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
It's got a great mouthfeel and it's got great flavour.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's so many great elements on the plate. The yogurt snow is delicious. It's light, it's smooth, it's silky. And again, that little microwave sponge is aerated, it's light.
Yeah. Matt, how's the jelly?
It's quite firm, but it is held together in a nice ball, and there's that lovely flavour of orange blossom water in there, which is, I think, adds a certain sophistication to the dish. I mean, really, it's another big tick for her.
This pressure test has been so tough. Physical and mental. I'm really worried right now because we have to replicate the dish, and without the dolce crema, it's not the same as Reynolds. If there's one person that I really want to impress, it's Reynold. I'm really gutted I'm not walking up with a perfect dish.
Have you got all the elements on the dish?
No, I'm missing one.
What are you missing?
The crema.
Cremo.
Okay.
I didn't think my chocolate was caramelized enough, so I decided not to put it on.
Okay. Not to risk it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm astounded. I mean, a couple of weeks into this competition, we set you guys a really tough pressure test. The pressure was on in all angles when you think about it. You know, Reynolds, first time back in the competition, this time setting a dish. So obviously he wanted to put up something that's very close to his heart, but something that's intricate as well, right? And then the pressure's on you guys, and this isn't an easy dessert to pull off. So it looks fabulous. Well done.
I'm really proud of myself for doing that.
Carmen,
Yes.
it's time for us to taste. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, the apples on there, the jelly's on there, the sorbet's on there, the snow's on there. Obviously, the cremou's not on there, is it? And that's your thing, cremou.
Yeah.
You can't do a Reynold dish without cremou. See?
I'm going to cut it, boys.
Wow. Caramel looks pretty good.
Not too thick on
Yeah,
the
not too
chocolate.
thick.
Two things that I noticed. That little sphere, texture's nice, it's quite creamy. It's not as aerated as Chloe's. The glaze is good, but not as fine as Chloe's. Sorbet is great, though. It's really fresh, it's really zesty. You know, it lifts the whole dish.
For me, the sponge is light. And that's the whole
Absolutely
point of
right.
doing this siphon sponge, is that it's full of air bubbles, it's light, and it just sort of melts away in your mouth. And for me, that's the highlight.
The caramel's got a bit of edge to it, it's got a bit of colour to it, it's got some distinct flavour to it, which is a definite plus. And the jelly's beautiful.
Jelly's actually really good.
You know, I'm not saying it's a positive that it's not on the plate, the cremo, but because it needs to be there. But, you know, it wasn't right.
You leave an element off, it can impact on the dish. But, I mean, having said that, it's a pretty impressive job.
I'm trying to get this siphon gun to work. I'm not sure if it's going to come out because it hasn't been charged and because I've left out the gelatin. I know that it won't be right when it comes out, but I'm not going to give up. So I take it out of the siphon gun and pour it directly into the nitrogen. I know that because I've left out the gelatin, there is a risk that it will not stay frozen. But I really want to get all the elements up. I'm proud of what I've put up, but my sponge is really dense and my matcha ball's frozen. I'm worried that those mistakes will be enough to send me home. As much as I love my job, I don't want to go back there. I've already learnt so much since being in the competition and I'm not done learning.
Did you enjoy that?
I did. I'm really pleased with how today went. There are a couple of elements that I'm not 100% happy with.
Which are?
The ball, I, for some reason, put it in the blast chiller, so it won't be completely as it should be.
Okay. It's a tough question, but if this is the last day here in the MasterChef kitchen, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Kind of makes me want to cry. I feel like I've got a lot more to give and I've got a lot more to learn as well. I really don't want to leave yet. I'm not done yet.
Olivia, it's time for us to taste. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a little frozen. Like a little semi-Fredo almost.
I'll talk about a couple of negatives for me. The sponge is obviously not aerated and as light as it should be. The mousse is frozen because it's come straight out of the blast chiller,
See, I reckon the flavour out of that mousse is one of the best of the bunch, to be honest. I think it's punchy. It's maybe that she's tasted it and she's really clued into the flavour. So for me, that's one of the best.
For me, it's just the coating. Some areas are quite thin, some areas are quite thick, and the caramel as well. It's too blonde.
Yeah. And don't forget, she got every single element on the dish too, and that's quite an achievement.
Well, what we have to do is weigh up all the elements, some great flavours, but more errors in terms of technique, versus a dish that's got less errors, no cremo. It's a complex equation we've got to weigh up.
Yeah. Wow, the three of you look absolutely drained, and not surprising. I think the pressure test is one of the most emotional and also one of the most physically demanding challenges in this kitchen. And we said at the beginning of the day we would deliver a dessert that was probably worthy of the finale, and that yet here you are 3 weeks in and you did it. You put up a fabulous dessert, which is one of Reynold's signatures, Moss. Reynold, how do you think they went?
Honestly, I'm very impressed with the three of you. You all kept focused, head down, and you all worked really hard. And as well, most importantly, the three of you had fun.
Well, one of you delivered a dish that was exceptionally close to Reynolds, not only in look, texture, but also taste. But we also felt that the secret ingredient that this person walked in with today was attitude. And because of that, Chloe, that's why you're safe. Well done.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. And look at the smile on your face. Absolutely fabulous.
Olivia, Carmen, it comes down to the two of you. One of you is about to go home. One of you is about to continue on the MasterChef journey. Let's start with the positives on your dishes. Olivia, you got all 12 elements on the plate. And we love the flavour of your mousse. Carmen, a great looking dish. We love the flavour and texture of your mousse. Your caramel and your jelly were both the best. And your sorbet was close to perfect. Carmen, you decided not to put your cremo on your plate. Olivia, your sponge was heavy. And your lime nitro melted away into a puddle. And that's why, Olivia, I'm sorry, you're going home.